Oh, hello and welcome to Railriders Series 2. Basically, this series is going to be based on the events of 2018, which was probably the worst year for me. And basically, 2 months before the year started, I lost a childhood friend, and then I had painful eye operations because of the eye condition I got, which was very, very painful, agonising pain. And then I lost a faithful companion later on in the year, which topped it all off as the worst year I have had in my whole entire life so far. But we are going to get to that story very soon. To start off this Railriders series, we're going to look back at our 5th year. Now, 2016 marked the 5th anniversary of Trainhunters, and we shot our 5th anniversary special episode, unfortunately, which didn't get released and shown to the public. So, this episode here promises to bring you back the 5th anniversary episode into a 2-part episode of Series 2. Roll on the titles! ...2016, the 5th anniversary year of Train Adventures, and one of the best years of filming, seeing many different locomotives and stock. In this episode, we uncover the loss of the 5th anniversary special episode, utilising the Epping and Ongar Railways Diesel Gala 2016 and the Severn Valley Railways Pacific Power Gala, witnessing the return of the world's most famous steam locomotive, Flying Scotsman, going head-to-head with 2008 new build locomotive Tornado. The Epping and Ongar Railways 2016 Diesel Gala certainly had a more English electric theme to it, with star guests 20142 and 55019 Royal Highland Fusilier.
Hello Rod. Morning. Long time no see.
Isn't it? Yeah.
2142, later to be known as Sir John Benjamin, was recently painted in Metropolitan London Transport livery at this point in time. The railway's resident Class 31 couples to the other end of the train at Ongar to take the next train down to North Weald. You may have noticed by now that North Weald station signs have been replaced by Network South East ones. This is decorations to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Network South East this very year. We're going to catch Class 37 D6729 back down to Ongar as we wait for Michael Hughes, who will be arriving soon. On the rear of this train is Class 55 Deltic 55019 Royal Highland Fusilier, which will be left up here as the 37 takes the train down to Ongar. What do you think of the trains, Chelsea?
They're remarkable pieces of engineering history.
That's like a catchphrase, isn't it?
Trains!
What?
Is that actually a house there?
It used to be a station.
That's so cool. Is that possible to convert one of them into a house?
We've never had much building.
Now back at Ongar, 2142 heads to the back of the train to take the next train out to North Weald. 2142 was built by the English Electric Vulcan Foundry on the 21st of May 1966. The 20s, the 73-ton locomotives produced 1,000 horsepower and can operate at up to 75 miles per hour, designed to work light mixed freight traffic. They have no train heating facilities. Locomotives up to D8127 were fitted with disc indicators in the style of the steam era. When head codes were introduced in the 1960s, the locomotive's design was changed to incorporate head code boxes, although older locomotives were not retrofitted with head code boxes. A few of the earlier batch acquired head code boxes as a result of repairs. Unusually for British designs, the locomotive had a single cab. This caused serious problems with visibility when driving nose first, though in these circumstances the driver's view is comparable to that on the steam locomotives that the Class 20s replaced. It was quite common, however, to find Class 20s paired together at the nose, with their cabs at opposite ends, ensuring that the driver could quite easily see the road ahead. After 2142 heads with a train bound for North Weald, we see Class 37 D6729 or 37029 heading up light engine so it can head to Ongar Loop to await the next service out to North Weald.
next to me. I think you saw that with one end of these might be you.
Yeah,
the other end is, I think that's the latest one next to me.
The first batch of the English Electric Class 37 locomotives was ordered in January 1959. The first was delivered in November 1960. It entered service on the 2nd of December. BR had ordered further Class 37s before last of the original batch had been complete in mid-1962. The final locomotive was delivered to the Western region on the 9th of November 1965. The 37s became a familiar sight on many parts of the British rail network, in particular forming the main motive power for intercity services in East Anglia and within Scotland. They also performed well on secondary and inter-regional services for many years. The Class 37s are known to some rail enthusiasts as tractors, a nickname due to the agricultural sound of the diesel engine of the locomotive. After approximately 30 minutes after the 37 heads into the loop, 55019 heads with a train bound for Ongar. The Class 55 diesel locomotive was built between 1961 and 1962 by English Electric for British Rail. They were designed for the high-speed express passenger services on the East Coast Main Line between Edinburgh and London King's Cross. They gained the name Deltic from the prototype locomotive DP1 Deltic. The running number DP1 was never carried, which in turn was named after its Napier Deltic power units. 22 locomotives were built, which dominated the express passenger services on the East Coast Main Line until 1978, when high-speed trains HSTs were introduced. All of the locomotives were withdrawn from service between January 1980 and December 1981. Freddie 7029 now moves off to connect to the end of the carriages. Once all is coupled, it's full speed ahead to North Wales. world, we prepare ourselves for a driver experience on a Class 03 shunter. The British Rail Class 03 locomotive was, together with the similar Class 04, one of British Rail's most successful 060 diesel mechanical shunters. The class, numbering 230 examples, were built by British Railways Swindon and Doncaster Works in 1957 to 1962 and numbered D2000 to D2199 and D2370 to D2399. They were used as departmental locomotives and originally numbered 91 and 92 respectively. 56 members of the class, like this one, have survived into preservation.
It'll probably be more, it's now about half past one. So, but it'll probably be a little bit after that, to be honest, because we're running late. Okay? Right. Into first gear. Oh, actually we'll do second gear, because we're going downhill. Set it, and release the brake. That's that one. And watch where you're going. Hopefully we'll be going this way. A little bit of throttle. Then we stop.
You enjoying that, Sam?
Brake all the way on and into neutral. That's it. You can rest. That's it. Now lift that up.
Yeah, it's a lot easier this way. It's just because it was sort of getting in the way, you know?
Yeah. Off we go.
There we are.
So the feather on the top means we're going into the left-hand road. So you can give it a little bit of throttle. Yeah. And then you have third gear.
Third gear. I know it only goes to third gear when you take it off the throttle.
It's sort of locks in. Yeah. Quick gentle on the ball. Not too long.
Time flies by when I'm the driver of a train, and I ride on the footplate there and back again. Under bridges, over bridges to our destination, hopping through the countryside, there's so much to be seen. Passengers waving as we steam through a station. Stoke up, I'm and for the signal is at green. Time flies by when I'm the driver of a train, and I ride on the footplate there and back again. In the cutting through the tunnel, rushing, clanking on the track, wheezing pistons, smoky funnel, turning wheels go clickety-clack. Time flies by when I'm the driver of a train, and I ride on the footplate there and back again.
It's rolling it quite happily on the hill, and then into third gear.
Very reliable loco.
Like that.
Easy to handle.
Right, off the throttle. We'll just let it roll down here and wait and see if it's going to clear.
Just got my hand on the brake.
Yeah. So we're going to have to stop, I think. Yes, we'll have to stop here, so brake on. That's it. Okay, back into neutral. You can rest your feet for a minute. Now, I think what's happening is it's bringing the thumper and the 08 into platform 1 first. And then we'll get go after that.
The third visiting loco to the event is a Class 08 shunter in the form of 08683. The first Class 08 didn't enter service until 1953. Production continued until 1962 and 996 of these locomotives were produced, making it the most numerous of all British locomotive classes. These locomotives became so successful that a lot of them have been preserved and a majority of them are still working on the main line. 55019, now returning from Epping Forest, heads into North Weald Platform 1. After this, 2142 heads from Ongar up to North Weald Platform 2.
That's just a sexy Look at it, I mean it's so metallic and red and wow.
Now back at North Weald, 2142 departs with a train bound for Ongar. Class 37 D6729 is on the rear of the train. Now we catch the last service from North Weald to Ongar and back, taken by resident Class 31 31438 to Ongar, and then returned by 55019 back to North Weald. always very keen on diesel multiple unit locomotives, and as we were riding in a Class 117 trailer car, he takes us through the controls of the locomotive.
Right, it says emergency brake, hand brake, vacuum brake, sunflower thing, shows AWS, gears, AWS, accelerator, the speedometer, tachometer, air pressure, and something or other.
This is the last train set.
Heater switches and cab lights, destination blind, head code box, and all that jazzy stuff.
As seen, it's certainly been a long day for some of us.
And I keep it pristine. As soon as it gets there, getting a rug doctor in for Mars or something higher than that. All the seats getting done.
Yeah.
All the trips.
We do hope you've enjoyed this first instalment of this new series of Railriders, and hope this has inspired you to watch more episodes in this series. Goodbye for now.
The train now approaching Platform 9 at York began its journey 10 years ago. Painstakingly overhauled and repainted in BR livery, its A3 Pacific locomotive 1472, or 4472, or 502, or 103, or 60103. Let's just say, it's Flying Scotsman.
The Flying Scotsman has returned. Dad, we must go and see it. Our destination, the Severn Valley Railway. Oh, this is fantastic. Not only the Flying Scotsman, but the Tornado as well. This is like a showdown between the two Pacifics.
me. I wish to loiter.